Welcome back into the studio. I've just done a 35-minute video over on my Patreon channel talking all about tonal values, colours and things like that, and I thought I'd take out or go over the most important part of that on a YouTube video as well, because I know lots of people struggle with getting realism, okay, and lots get really hung up on getting that colour absolutely perfect. They really want to duplicate the reference photo. And on this video I wanted to show you basically what's the most important, okay? And it's not colour, as you probably gathered from the thumbnail on the video. So here's an orangutan drawing I did a good few years ago. Okay, now that's exactly how it looked. Let me change the colours slightly to show you some different effects on it, just to show you how little importance colour actually has. Okay, so I look at let's say colour balance. Now what if everything was a little bit more red? Still looks like a pretty real orangutan, correct? Or a little bit cooler, still looks quite real. Put it back in the middle. Or we could have a little bit more green to the tones, colours, a little bit more magenta. And what I'm showing really is I didn't need the colours to be perfect to make it look, you know, three-dimensional and have shape and form on the paper. Okay, so the tonal value, that's the lights and the darks, all the way on the scale from white all the way up to black. That's absolutely the most important part of the drawing or of a painting. And make sure your reference photo, unless you're doing something that's extremely subdued, perhaps a wolf in a misty setting, unless it's something like that that specifically has that kind of a muted appearance to it, I like to get things that got real nice vivid darks all the way to the lights, just like this particular reference photo and my drawing. So that's what makes it look more real. That's the most important part, not getting the colours absolutely identical to the reference photo, because that causes a lot of stress, anxiety with people. They're trying to get it absolutely perfect, and I keep saying just get close enough. Close enough is good enough, and that's why you don't have to buy lots and lots of supplies either. Okay, let me show you some more examples that's really going to bring this home to you. What if we went super bright and vibrant and changed the fur colour to blue, a real shocking blue? It still looks like an orangutan. Fair enough, it looks like it's now had a real vibrant neon type of hair coloration on it, but it still looks three-dimensional and quite real. I could do it more subtle than that, and you can see that, you know, the orange, okay, it's required for it to look like we would normally see it in nature, but if perhaps we had a blue light on the subject, you could imagine an effect like this. But what I'm trying to get across is it's still got the shape, form, three-dimensional appearance. That's what's really important. We could take the colour right out and look at it in a grayscale. Okay, so that's really just now concentrating on tonal values, and that's something you could do with your reference photo. You could take the colour straight out, so go in Photoshop something like image adjust black and white or grayscale, and you see it like this, and you can compare it then with the colour version. It really shows you where the highlights, the darks and the mid-tones are. If you're not happy with your artwork and you just can't work out why isn't it having the impact that I'm seeing in the reference photo, take a photo of it, turn it into black and white, grayscale, see what you think that way. Because what lots of beginners and novices end up seeing, they see a reference photo that, you know, looks similar to my drawing, but when they do it, it looks more like this. Now all the details that I've got on my finished drawing are here. Every tiny little hair that I put on there is in both drawings. What's missing? You need to ask yourself these questions. With my lessons on my Patreon channel, my website, I'm not just showing demonstrations like lots of artists do all the time. They go over the same loop over and over and over. I'm always trying to teach my students to think for themselves, ask the questions, because my goal is always to give you the information so you don't need me anymore. That's basically what I know then, that I've succeeded when you don't need me anymore. It's good that they stay around because they enjoy the channel, but ask yourself, what's the difference? Why does this look like a beginner's artwork or novice artwork and not a professional artwork? And it's lacking in the tonal values being correct. The darks have gone and the highlights, but especially the darks. If we look around the face, we can see, especially, you know, in the faceplate, the darks are missing. So I cover a lot more than this obviously on my Patreon art channel. I can really go into depth and do 30-40 minute lessons, 1 hour, 2 hour, and go and do it. But I wanted to cover this on YouTube in a shorter format, and I really hope you enjoy it. See you all on the next video.